shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Throwing is Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He's got Sanders on the out route. It's caught. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. Another run here with Sanders. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Broncos are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
There's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down. This time Wilson will throw. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. On first down, Wilson. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. it's Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this one to Patrick. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the fourth down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it all.
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Now McManus for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run for the first with Sermon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
That'll be complete to Sermon. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got his man. It's the tight end, Goddard. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. Second down. Here's Hurts. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. The kick by Elliott is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room. Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here. That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Now will throw here to his running back. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
It's a second down run with Sanders. It's a room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 57 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts
taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Eagles are back within a score.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taken from about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Nice pickup, 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. Design run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of him being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there? Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try to take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly
He's
didn't work.
lost.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I would dare say that these guys will have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
That's swung out wide to Sanders. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Here's Hurts to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
An attempt at a deep ball there, they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. After the interception, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and trying not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops
and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
On third down, Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be fourth down.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snaps, and they're there and they end up making the play.
And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. And he'll be kicking into the wind in the fourth quarter now. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense sent to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down on a well-designed play there. That gets him 16 to move the chains.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
On first and 10, it's Hurts.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
To throw again on second down. Hurts flushed out right. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
On first down, Hurts. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Hurts throws complete to Goddard. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 16. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Hurts. Touchdown! Zach Pascal, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
79 Broncos. Back 60. Warriors 70.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw and likely put an end to this thing. He'll let this go deep for Sutton.
And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And this will be taken at the 13. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts escaping the pressure right.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
Steps away. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
So it's a win here for the Broncos. And it was thanks largely due to the play of the quarterback, CD. A guy who's been doing it for a while. That's Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything, didn't he? He had 2 touchdown passes through the air. Another one on the ground. And that defense, they really have
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are inside of the very spacious Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Denver Broncos. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. This time, Wilson will throw. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 3.5 to go, first quarter. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down.
4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal.
The kick by McManus is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense. And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 26. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
It's caught by Sanders. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And once again, this is Sanders.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
On 3rd and short to give it to tight end. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. A carry here for the big tight end. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Let's go.
They're going to run this with a tight end. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On 2nd and 9. Wilson being chased out left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
As a former defender, I can feel their sigh of relief after that one, because when he breaks out of the pocket and you face a mobile quarterback, he causes all kind of problems in your secondary. They were able to force that incompletion.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On third down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The kick by McManus is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are still in search of their first points of the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They hand off to their big tight end. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Taken down at the 47-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
Ready, set.
They give it off here to the tight end.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On the 6. 19 tight. 19 tight. 79 Broncos.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now it's Wilson. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He's got it at the 15. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd and 10, Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
A A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. To throw again is Wilson. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's fourth down. The kick by McManus is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Warriors 17. Panther 11. Panther 11.
But first down, Hurts. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they went standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
This could be the corner, sir.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. A fairly short kick from the 14. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a ball attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On third down, it's Gainwell. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. They're going to try and throw. open man is Goddard, the tight end.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38.
They run behind center with Gainwell.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go option to the short side. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line. They'll drop the throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
They go back to the ground with Sanders. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
He's got Smith here. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Sanders. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. Once again with Sanders. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing is Wilson. He's got a man, complete. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now it's Wilson. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And this is taken in at the 5. A huge play there for Denver. 45 yards. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching a good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. In motion left, the tight end. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Ball at the 6, 3rd and goal. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. This an easy one, 23-yarder. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession. And to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
19. 18, pioneer.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Over the middle, complete. That's Watkins.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
From the 41, Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
And this is caught by Watkins. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Hurts. A 4-yard touchdown scamper.
And the Eagles are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. They'll turn to Sanders.
And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll send a receiver in motion left. To throw is Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Broncos are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Wilson wants to throw it. He's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. This time Wilson will throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And we talk. The National Football League has traveled south of the border as we are in Mexico City, Mexico on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Chicago Bears and the Seattle Seahawks. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive. The 25.
Here we go. Track 50. Track 50.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Smith going to go to the air first play. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now, Smith. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Smith. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
After the run, Smith going to throw. And this is caught at the 8.
And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now it's Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett from 8 yards out.
And the Seahawks will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.